butterflies, speak to nature that you want to help, okay, and that you are helping. Plant your own food. Try to create more foods, less lawns. More native plants. More native plants. Plants for the bees. Plants for the butterflies. We need our pollinators. We need you guys to be pollinators. Pollinate the plants. Pollinate. Plant the seeds in people's minds. That the time is now. In front, let's go.
No, it has to be behind. It has to be behind.
Yes, we will. So I have a short spoken word. A short spoken word. Magic on the mic.
I just want to say, first of all, thank you for continuing to break the spell of corporate America. We need to go deeper, people. We need to break the spell that we own the earth. It is slavery. We do not own the earth. Ecuador has put in its constitution the rights of nature. There is a movement across the United States in cities and counties to incorporate the rights of nature. It is not just about us. We need to love the bees, love the water, respect their rights. We need to become one with the earth, and she will give us the answers. If we listen to science, we will think we're fucked. You know what? When we love, we don't care what they say. Love is a greater power than anything. We must love the earth. Do a little rap for you. You say it's okay, Mr. FDA, to poison my food. That's what you say. You say organic can be engineered. Well, all you are saying is virtually weird, because we know otherwise. We are otherwise. That great big other that lives outside. Yeah, well, goodbye, big brother, because we know you lie, and we know otherwise. Organic means pure, just the way it is. You only want it engineered and poisoned for your agro-biz. So get out of the garden if you don't love the plants, and get out of paradise if you can't dance. Because we're going to have some fun now. So get off this planet, or stop taking her bounty and her love for granted. Ascend, descend, go to heaven, go to hell. Just don't try to sell me any more Nike shoes made by slaves singing the Chinese blues. Because I won't buy it. And here's the news. Earth, love it or leave it. The time is now.
Yes.
Because we know otherwise.
Yes.
We are otherwise.
So next up on the mic, we have a notable expert speaker on global food sovereignty. His name is Eric Holt Jimenez from Food First. Please give him a round of applause.
Whose seeds?
Our seeds!
Whose seeds?
Our seeds!
Whose seeds?
Our seeds!
They got to hear that all around the world. I want to take a moment. I want to honor the moms. I want to honor the moms around the world who have organized the March Against Monsanto in order to protect their children from the poisons that Monsanto, DuPont, and Syngenta, and others are putting in our food. Let's hear it for the moms. Yes, thank you, Mom. I want to honor all of the farmers, all of the men and women around the world who refuse to plant GMO seeds. And who are the keepers of our seeds, the keeper of our patrimony, of seeds. We have co-evolved with seeds. We've co-evolved with our plants. We cannot afford, as a human race, to allow genetic engineering because it sets our entire civilization off course.
Yes.
All around the world today, people are protesting against Monsanto. There are likely hundreds of thousands of people just like you in the streets, just like you, from Seoul to London to Washington to Madrid to here, San Francisco, protesting for the right of food sovereignty, the right to know what's in our food, the right to grow our own food, the right not to be manipulated by a monopoly on with our food. So I want to honor all of you who are here. We're taking steps. We're getting close to a tipping point. You might feel as though there aren't very many of us here. You might feel like maybe we're the crazy fringe. You're not the fringe. You're part of the cutting edge. The cutting edge is all around the world. It's a cutting edge which refuses to give up its food system for monopoly profit. It's a cutting edge that wants to democratize the food system in favor of the poor, in favor of the farmers, in favor of the underserved communities that are being poisoned and are dying because of GMOs, because of high fructose corn syrup, because of junk food. It's not like this system affects us all in the same way. Some of us can opt out. Some of us can buy organic food. Some of us can buy our way to a healthy life. 3/4 of the world cannot buy their way to a healthy life. They're forced to eat these foods. And that's why we're standing up against Monsanto, against DuPont, against Syngenta, against Cargill, against all the monopolies that control our food system. We're getting close to the tipping point. If any of you have heard Jeffrey Smith, he talks about the tipping point. Why do we permit GMOs in the United States? Why does Europe not permit GMOs? Why do 64 countries around the world demand labeling, have labeling? It's because of that tipping point. Because when consumers get close enough, when you get to 10%, 15% of people refuse to buy GMOs, when 15% of the people demand labeling, then it happens. Why? Because it's just good business. And if you look at Whole Foods, what has Whole Foods decided to do? They're not going to carry any products which are not labeled. So, those of you who can afford to shop at Whole Foods now know whether there are GMOs in your food or not. But that's just an indicator of where things are going. Because as soon as everybody else decides, you know what, I'm not going to buy that product unless you tell me what's in it. That's the tipping point. We're almost there. We're almost there. Vermont opened up the floodgates not too long ago, demanding to know what's in their food. The Willamette Valley in Oregon just said, we're not going to allow GMOs in our valley anymore. You're contaminating our crops. It's over. Mendocino County said, we don't want your GMOs. It's starting to happen all around the United States. It's happening all around the world. I want to thank all of you for marching today. We're almost there. We can bring these guys down. We can forge a food system which is fair to everyone, which is sustainable, and which is our future. Thank you very much.
Quick shout out, is Gloria Esteva in the house? Gloria Esteva.
Gloria Esteva, come to the podium, please.
Not here.
Aquí está.
Buenas tardes. Y gracias.
Gracias por ser los guerreros de la alimentación.
Thank you. Thank you for being the warriors of nutrition and food.
Solo faltaba que a nuestra alimentación también la estuvieran controlando para acabar de controlar nuestras vidas.
It was just missing that our food to be controlled to control our lives.
Hoy estoy aquí porque aunque Monsanto sea un monstruo, nosotros podemos contra este monstruo.
I'm here today because even though Monsanto is a monster, we can take this monster down.
¿Por qué? Porque los hijos que estamos pariendo son nuestros y nosotros los debemos educar también en cuanto a lo que comen, lo que aprenden y cómo caminan.
The kids that we have are our kids, and we deserve to educate them on what is right, what we eat, and how to walk on this planet Earth.
Solo les recomiendo que los que ya comimos comida de Monsanto transgénica, no nos volvamos transgénicos y voltemos la espalda a las futuras generaciones.
I say my only recommendation is for us who have already eaten our these transgenic food, that we do not become transgenic humans, and that we stop transgenic and we become humans and we eat real food.
Es importante que sigamos organizándonos. Es vida y no tenemos que permitir seguir controlando de esa manera a ese 1% que no se sacia de tanta economía.
It's important that we keep organizing together, that we stand up in solidarity, that we shut down the 1% that is taking over our planet.
Es bien triste que hoy vemos a tanta gente caminando por todos lados sin importarles lo que está pasando. Pero ese monstruo cada día más está controlando nuestras vidas por medio de la alimentación, porque cada día menos personas quieren luchar por la vida de los que vienen y que va a ser una vida difícil, controlada por drones y por una serie de cosas que la tecnología está controlando y que ese 1% está al frente para seguirnos batiendo como bobos.
It's really sad that so many people all over the world are coming together, yet this giant Monsanto monster does not care. It is going to take more and more of us, all of us, to stop them, to stop letting them take over our world, our nature, our planet, our food. We must come together to stop them.
Y ojalá no nos veamos solo en estos momentos. Cada día tenemos que luchar por nuestra alimentación y porque nuestros campesinos cultiven lo que ellos quieren cultivar, no lo que Monsanto quiera, no lo que la economía quiera, no lo que están tratando de lograr, que nosotros, los seres humanos, nos convirtamos en animales, en mascotas de ellos.
We need to keep organizing, not today, but every day. We need to give the rights to the farmers to grow what they want to grow, not what Monsanto wants to grow, not for the better of the economy, but for the better of the planet Earth and the ecology.
Gracias por darse tiempo, gracias por su presencia del día de hoy. Y yo espero que cada uno de ustedes se convierta en un guerrero de la alimentación. Gracias.
Thank you for coming. That this is marvelous that we're all here together and that we shall never ever stop being food warriors.
Thank you, Gloria. Thank you, Sally. That was a great job. It's difficult to translate live. Wanted to introduce Emily Harden. She's a... Thank you. No? No, I got it. No. Emily Harden, she's a human rights activist specialized in corporate responsibility, the theme of the day. If we can cut a little path for her. She's just finished some work with Pesticide Action Network, so if we can let her on.
Right, left, upper hook, knock Monsanto out.
Mama said knock Monsanto out.
Hello everybody! I just want to say thank you so much for coming out today. It's so great to see that so many people care about the environment and care about the health of our generation and future generations. And we must hold Monsanto accountable for all of these violations of the earth, of the environment, and of our human rights. I wanted to start with a story of lack of corporate accountability. During the winter of 1998 to 1999 in Lake Apopka, Florida, nearly 1,000 pelicans, wood storks, and gulls died, many of them literally dropping from the sky, in what was considered one of the worst incidents of bird mortality in the United States. The event was linked to a toxic pesticide known as toxaphene that was discovered in the tissues of fish at Lake Apopka that serve as the primary source of food for these migratory birds. Due to half a century of pesticide runoff from nearby farm fields, Lake Apopka is now known as the most polluted lake in Florida. Scientists found that in addition to fish, alligators in this lake suffer from physiological abnormalities that have been correlated with high levels of organophosphate pesticides, like those sold by Monsanto. Prior to the purchase of these farmlands in 1998 by the River Water Management District, the mostly African American community residing near Lake Apopka had worked the land for over 50 years. Lake Apopka farm workers and their families were exposed to what are known as persistent organic pollutants, or POPs, that are pesticides. Most of them have been banned now by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, or the EPA, because they were found to cause serious health effects on humans. These pesticides persist in the environment for long periods of time, and these farm workers continue to suffer from lupus, allergies, asthma, a plethora of health effects. These are very important issues. Corporate accountability is an important issue. None of the big 6 pesticide corporations